Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I filled my raised garden bed. Indeed, it's not a rocket science of filling raised garden beds. You can simply purchase the garden soil from your local nursery or garden center and just fill to the height you want. But I'm following a different method which is used by the permaculture people, and that uses a number of organic matters stacked in a layer. So I'll show you the method I followed. Before moving on to that, I will show you the different method used by the professionals for filling raised garden beds. So here we can see 4 different methods used by the professionals in filling the raised garden beds. One is simply you can fill the garden soil plus compost, or you can follow the lasagna bed method, which is layering the organic matters from coarse to fine, starting from branches, rough mulch to the level of compost. The other famous method used by Germans is the Google culture, which is also uses the organic matters layered in an orderly manner. The fourth method is Nordic garden bed method, which is also quite famous, and that again uses the number of layers starting from newspaper or cardboard at the bottom, and then manure and the compost are staggered. So I have chosen the lasagna bed method to fill my raised garden beds. So let me show you how I filled it. Alright, so this is a garden bed I'm going to start with. So I have started with some wheat mat at the bottom to suppress the weeds coming from the soil beneath or the grass invading into the garden bed. I'm starting with reasonable sized logs to the bottom of the garden bed. I haven't chosen big stumps because my garden bed is already about 450 millimeter height or 1.5 foot height. So this is once the logs and twigs are filled to a certain height. So these logs and twigs will decay with time and generate more organic matter, and also promotes the microorganism growth. So the next step is to add the grass. So I'm using not too much of grass to fill it, because we recently moved to this place and we don't know the previous owner had used any pesticides or herbicides in their grass. Once we fill with the grass, I'm using cardboard. Cardboard is also decomposed with time and generate the brown matter, and also helps microbes to survive in the garden bed. Wetting the cardboard so that it will become flexible, and once we add the soil it will deform and allow the soil to be filled more to a more height. Okay, now I'll show you the soil. So I have used bagged soil. I know it's quite expensive than purchasing from the local nursery, but I prefer this bagged soil because they are meeting the standard. In Australia we have 2 different ticks, black ticks or red ticks. I will always buy the red tick, which is the premium grade soil and meeting the Australian standard. This soil already has got wetting agent, slow releasing fertilizer and everything in it, and they are well training as well. So I'll see how many bags I need to fill into the garden bed. Hopefully all the soil bags I have is sufficient for 2 garden beds. So I have to bring every bag, so a couple of bags each time, to fill into this bed. I'll show you the quality of the soil. So as you can see, once I squeeze it, what we get is, it's not a compressed ball of clay or it's not a loose sand. So it's in between sand and clay. such that it's well draining and also holding the moisture. So I have filled number of bags of soil. The next step is to add some manure. I'm using cow manure, which is rich in nitrogen, because we need nitrogen at this stage, as the organic matter at the bottom, including the grass and these branches, will draw the nitrogen from this material during their initial decay. So we need to supply the large amount of nitrogen that will not affect the plants we grow, as the organic materials decay, drawing the nitrogen from the soil. So I'm using 2 bags of cow manure. Once again, it is not a blend. So when they say cow manure blend, it consists of other materials too. It's pure cow manure. So once I add the cow manure, I blend, mixing it with the soil. So this is a composting system I'm using at my home, since I don't have facility to build a large compost pile. So I'm using 2 compost bins. While one is composting, the other one is collecting the organic waste generated from the kitchen and things like that. So you can see the composting material generated inside my compost bin. Of course, it's not a perfect way of making compost, since I made a lot of mistakes that I'll show you in another video. So I'm collecting the compost on this cardboard. It is also another challenge with this composting system, how to get the compost out. So I'm putting the compost collected from the compost bin into a wheelbarrow that I'm going to put in my raised garden bed. So you can see that my compost not like soil, they are like balls, like the coarse poo, when we get the fresh coarse poo. But it's not affecting the performance of material, because compost is what is compost, but the perfect composition is important. So you need to make sure that there is no plastic or anything inside this compost, which may have been accidentally went to the compost bin, but I'm taking out as we put into the garden bed. And also if there's any roots, things like that, which is not easily composted, if we leave the roots inside this garden bed, they can grow, so we don't want that. I'm giving a shallow mixing of this compost and soil, because we need the compost to remain at the top. The next step is to add the mulch. So mulch has a number of benefits in the garden, including retaining the moisture and suppressing the weeds coming from the garden bed. And also it will decay with time and give more organic matter to the soil. So I'm filling about 2-inch or 50mm thick mulching, which is also the last layer of the garden bed. And once the garden bed is filled with this mulch, it's ready to be planted in a couple of weeks time. An important thing to remember is that when we put the sugarcane mulch, we need to give a thorough watering. Otherwise, if there's a wind or especially in wind, this mulch can fly and can go into the garden and losing its performance. So that's all I wanted to show you how I filled my raised garden beds. If you enjoyed the video, just give a thumbs up, and if you have any comments for improvement, please put in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.